Time for the faith walk of the day, and today I want to talk about surrender. There is probably one of my favorite gospel songs by William McDowell that says, "I give myself away so you can use me." And when I think of that song, it makes me think of surrendering totally and completely to God. Here's how that relieves the pressure from me. I don't have to be in control of my life. I don't have to, and bear with me as I try to explain what I'm talking about. Even as believers, sometimes we are a little bit too self-absorbed. Everything is about us. Everything is about how we feel. Everything is about whether we are happy or not. And sometimes we can easily get off track when it comes to serving Jesus when we make everything about us. Romans 12:1 says, "I appeal to you, therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service." I remember hearing my mom teach about this when I was growing up, about things being your reasonable service. And a lot of times, if we live right, all of a sudden we get puffed up in our own flesh as if we did God a favor. You did not do God a favor. You did yourself a favor, and you should be thankful to God that you had the mind or the spirit to at least do the right thing. But really, it's not about us. And when we learn to get our eyes off of ourselves, then when we go through, we don't go, "Oh, why did this happen to me? I'm so sad." You're going through for the sake of the cross. And if I'm going through for the cross, then the cross is going to cover me. And so I never have to get too down and out when things are actually going crazy and chaotic, because if I've surrendered my life to God, it is for God's glory and not always for my gain. So sometimes things will happen, and sometimes people will do mean things, and sometimes you won't get acknowledged the way you feel you should. But if it is for God's glory and not for your gain, it's easier to take your eyes off yourselves. And I hope y'all hear my heart. We've got to take our eyes off ourselves and put our eyes on Jesus, because we're so focused on us, we can't even get God's purpose and agenda done. My brand, my music, my ministry, my church. What is God trying to do through our lives? That is the most important thing. That's the thing to focus on. Lord, will you get the glory out of this? Is this me? Do I want to make this connection with this person because it will make me look better and maybe my finances may change? Or God, is this a God connection? Because sometimes who God connects you to is somebody that doesn't have the influence, but he's still going to work it out. The cool thing about that kind of thing is when I first signed to my husband, he didn't have a bunch of Grammys. When me and Tina first signed to Warren, we didn't say, "No, we're going to sign with this bigger label because they had." We didn't do that. And sometimes God allows you to sign with somebody or align with somebody in ministry who doesn't have the name or the fame, but they have the purpose and the heart of God, and God will get the glory out of all that you're doing. So whether you're in business, music, or whatever your business is, wherever you are, make sure it is a God alignment, a God assignment, and it is not just about you and your brand, and this is going to make me look good and make me feel good, and somebody's going to call my name. Forget your name. Forget my name. Is God's name being called? Is God's name being glorified? Are we lifting up his purpose? And I think that's the thing to remember. The enemy has allowed us to put up this magnifying glass on our own lives, and we're looking at ourselves, and we're so great, and we're so awesome, and and I. And God is going, what about my glory? What about drawing people to me? What about more souls being saved? Because Jesus really is coming back. And if you've been in your own religion, your own bubble, because you're so great and you're so awesome and you praising yourself all the time, "God, I thank you that I'm so great." Now, let's keep our eyes on Jesus. Let's make sure that we have humble hearts, making sure that we remember no matter how high we get, we're always at the feet of Jesus. Always at the feet of Jesus, all right? Stay humble, y'all. That is my faith walk for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Keep God first. Remember that he's the ultimate, and we get the pleasure of serving him, all right?